and I push this button, and I push this button, and I push this button, and hey everybody, crypto, let's talk.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Hello YouTube.
Everybody
What's
say
going on?
hey.
Hey.
Hey. Hey Joe. Hey.
Hey.
So it's a
I need
good
a
day,
megaphone.
right? I know. Dude,
You know
I
what
do
I need?
too.
I need Nixon's microphone. Echo.
Yeah, that
You
would
weren't
be
here for that, Chris. I'll be right back.
okay. That's cool. Hey. So welcome. Today is the third day of October, and together we're going to work our way into Crypto Let's Talk. We're going to talk about some really strange things. Joe and I were laughing prior to our actual login because we were actually talking about the things that that we were going to talk about today. Additionally, we're going to have a great day as we always do because we always have a great day with you guys, right? Cool. What's that?
Hello. Hello.
Well, hello.
Hello. Hello, Chris.
Hey.
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 So we're having a hey kind of
When
day.
you were gone, Nixon brought this to me one day, and I was like, "What? You have this?
You have
It's
this.
amazing."
This is amazing.
I was like, "Crypto!" Yay.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome.
I went to go find it, and Laura's like, "You don't need it."
You
She
don't
thinks it's
need
the most
it.
annoying thing ever.
You don't need it.
It's amazing.
Did you tell her you didn't
Let
need
people
it? You
smile.
wanted it. There's a difference.
Is how we want it.
Right? Right?
Hello, Glow. What do you know?
What do you know, Joe? So I need to get me one on this end. So, today is a great day. Funny.
Yes, it
My
is.
son says that every night. He says, today's a great day and tomorrow's the new one. That's how he starts his prayers every night. It's kind of cool. So, yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah. And
I
so,
kind of like it.
I've kind of picked it up from him a little bit and decided, every day is a great day. Why not? It's a great
It
day to
sure
be
is,
great,
Chris.
right?
I kind of like this microphone thing, Chris.
I see you like that microphone
It just
thing.
feels.
Now, if it was just connected to
I
the
kind of wish I could.
computer.
I can do that. I'm pretty sure it's Bluetooth.
Now, if it was just connected to the computer.
Now, listen, everybody. I got something to tell you. It's real important. Hold on. I'm practicing. Here we go. Gotta walk around.
You're going to walk around
There we
too?
go.
So you're going to be the next Walter Cronkite.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna walk around here, everybody. How you doing? There's my hood.
I know, right?
So, what are we talking about, Chris? All right.
We're going to talk about a lot of things today. The first thing I want to talk about and knock out the park right off the bat is I want to apologize to the leaders that are listening or may get this as a replay. We had a snafu with our with our call last night. As everyone knows, we always go. Sorry, I got things going off all around me, so my ADHD kicked in. I apologize. So what happened was we sent everybody to kgxglobal.info like we always do, and Kathy owns the Zoom room that we were using for our corporate, or that we have been using for our corporate, and so. She's, for those of you who don't know, she's she's got this thing called Amazon Empire, and she redirected it. Of course, she didn't redirect it last night. She was in the process, I'm assuming, of redirecting it. So it's giving us a page 404 error. Don't worry, we will be back up and running with that. As a matter of fact, that was Mike that just texted me and says, yes, he's going to work on that shortly. We're just going to redirect that to a new room, but you'll be going to the same address, kgxglobal.info, kgxglobal.info. That's what we've been going to for months and months now, so we just want to keep it the same, and we're just simply going to put a different Zoom room there. It's, that's really all that happened. Was Kathy needed to use her room for some other purposes, and we just didn't realize that she was changing it last night before the call. So apologize for that. Apologize for the people that couldn't get in. I have a whole page of notes that I'm going to be glad to share with anybody who's interested. We did not record that meeting. It's kind of more of a mastermind last night, to be quite honest. And we got a few things out and open and started working on a couple things. We are really excited about the things that we talked about last night. Matter of fact, Rob Harris and I both said that it was the best call that the core and the pinnacles and leaders had in a very, very long time. As in, like, there was no hype, there was no excitement. It was just a constant conversation back and forth with about 8 or 9 of us. And it was kind of good. It was good. What's that?
There was a call in?
Yes.
There was a call?
Yes.
Oh.
I can share, Bethany, I can share some of the notes. Some of them I cannot, as you can well imagine. We are doing approximately 4 credit card sales per day at this moment, consistently. So for those folks that said, we would like to see it baited out, it's definitely baited out. We are consistently doing at least 4 transactions per day on the credit card system. So that's a great thing. We are moving forward, and we'll have information most likely. I say most likely because I never want to say anything definitively, because then if it doesn't happen, someone can say, well, Chris said. So what I'm saying is we most likely will have, excuse me, information on the GreenX and the GreenX wallets, and up by the end of the week, maybe the first of the week, just in case. I just want to make sure that everybody understands that, just in case. Let's see. We are we are proud, and we're going to be announcing this as a company, but we're proud to announce that we're one of the last men standing. What does that mean exactly? Well, it means that there were quite a few companies when they kind of heard through the grapevine that we were putting together an educational company that tried to do something similar, and or waited until ours came out, got access, and then more or less duplicated our system to the best of their ability, which is flattery. That's the greatest compliment anybody can give anybody is to copy or replicate. So we are almost the last company standing. Now, why is that? It's because we are compliant, we're legal, we're doing it right. Okay, we're staying in our lane. So we did talk a little bit last night, and I can share this with you guys. We did talk a little bit last night about the frustration of feeling like things are not moving, and what I can report on that definitively is things are very much moving. There is a lot going on in the background. It just appears that we're not moving because there's nothing on the front line moving at the moment. So that's about to change. Get ready, because that is really, really, really about to change. You guys are going to see some big stuff happening. So don't think that nothing's going on. Also, let's see. We are talking about putting a news feed on our site in our back office for everybody. So, what would that really look like? Well, number one, it would probably most likely feature like Rob Harris or Brandon Ivy talking about some of the relative news articles. But as you and I both know, Joe, you can't cover everything, because they're only live, 30 minutes maybe?
Yeah.
So, I think what's
Right.
really actually going to happen is we're going to put like a ticker system in our back office where you can keep up to date. It'll be the news, updated news, and it will help people not to have to go to 5 or 6 different places to get the relevant stuff. So we're going to feed it into our system, which is really cool. I like that because as it is right now, I have like 6 or 7 links to different locations that I go to get the relevant stuff. So, also, let's see. I'm kind of scanning my notes here. There's some incentives getting ready to come out that you guys are really going to like. We talked in depth about that, and I'm not talking about the incentives like the watch and the cars and things like that. I'm talking about an incentive that we as leaders feel would be very that word, advantageous for everybody if we implemented it. And so I can assure you that they're very obtainable. You will like them. It will create excitement both for you and your team, and it's going to help you guys grow. So I know that you're going to all be really happy with that. The company, as a company, KGX, is very happy with the lives that Joe and I have been doing, also the lives that Brandon's been doing, and the lives that uh, Rob has been doing, and Matt Sheriff. And we have been asked to continue doing those and referencing, our company that we're proud of course. Um, and that is most of
Right.
the things that I can talk about um, out in an open forum. I can tell you that that's about half the page of the notes. And I can't really say too much about the other
Right on.
stuff simply because we were asked not to. Let's worry about getting things moving. So, but what I will say is,
Yeah.
as things are getting ready to come out and things are getting ready to happen, we'll definitely keep you guys in the loop and let you know, what's coming, what's going, what's getting ready to do this, that, or the other. I also got some very interesting information just just talking with some of my peers, which was a really good opportunity because we don't get that chance very often. We don't stop our schedules long enough to huddle up every now and then, and so we're going to start doing that as well. But I got some really good intel on the MOLK. The MOLK, I think it's a ICO. I think it's an ICO. It's either an ICO or a token. I don't know. You can look it up, research it. As of right now, it can only be
Only.
bought on Yobit. But I also got some really good intel that something's going to happen this weekend that's really going to cause that a lot of attention. So and it's just intel, y'all. It's just intel. Um, so we will be keeping we'll be keeping everyone updated in the in the loop on that. So Sharon, to answer your question, um, we were defining that very thing last night. Excuse me. Uh, we
That's
were,
better than ask that.
huh? No, Sharon. So we
Bethany
were
asked too.
talking.
So. Oh.
No,
Oh. Sorry.
the definition of a leader. Um,
Okay.
so Okay,
Got your
so
tongue there, buddy?
yeah, I apologize.
Tell you want you on the call. How's that?
I'm telling Stephen I'm on live. So, um, so we were actually talking. Go ahead, buddy. We were actually talking about the definition of a leader last night and how we're going to decipher these calls because, quite frankly, um, you know, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, everyone in KGX has the ability to be a leader. However, what they were wanting to do is break it up and kind of focus on groups. So, for instance, Sharon, you've got a group, okay? So rather than me having to disseminate the information down a list and a lineage of people, or Albert doing the same thing, or Brandon doing the same thing. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be submitting a list of names of the people that we work closely with, and we'll be putting together an email service where we can email all of you all with the touch of one button. And that was something that we talked about last night as well, because, like, for instance, with this tech glitch that we had last night at the last minute, because no one knew, literally I was logging in at 5 minutes to, oh Lord, it's the presidential alert. Oh my goodness, be quiet, be quiet. Sorry about that, y'all. um, the presidential alert system is testing today at 2:18, so it's right on time. So if we'd have had that database set up and we'd have had everybody in their email system, we would have been able to just hit one button and send out, hey, the call moved to this location. We did not have that set up because, quite frankly, we didn't have a very good definition of what our leader call looked like. So it was really, and I'm just being completely honest here. Um, I'd never want to leave anyone out of anything, okay, first and foremost. However, the intimate group that we had last night, it was actually perfect. We got a lot accomplished. We spent 45 minutes on a call, and I think we probably got more accomplished in that 45 minutes than we've gotten accomplished in 5 months. So, um, and the reason that I say that is because there were things that we needed to talk about and we needed to iron out before we made the group larger. Because as everyone knows, when you make the group larger, it tends to bring more questions, it tends to bring more comments, it tends to bring more time to the table, etc. So I was very pleased with that. Um, I can also let you guys in on a little secret. KGX is going to start traveling soon. Okay, so look for that. Um, so that's going to be big. That'll be really big when that starts happening. So I hope that answered your question, Sharon. Um, and we'll probably use Mailchimp because we already have a Mailchimp account anyway. So we'll probably use that, and we'll just probably set up a leaders list, and we'll just be able to send out one notification. Although we shouldn't really have to send out notifications, but I guess it seems like for us full timers, we're kind of in the loop quite a bit. But we have to remember that we have a lot of people that still have that job just over broke, and that, oh Lord, now it's going off on the television. So um, we're gonna have to remember that those folks are doing that as well. Okay, so the reminders, as I call them, the reminder emails are really for those part-time people to make sure that we get those in where they need to be. So that's really basically it in a nutshell. The call last night and the things that were accomplished and the things that we talked about and kind of where we're going. Next Monday, we will have our first official, I hate air quotes, but you know, we'll have our first official leaders call, and we'll be inviting all the leaders that are, you know, have been submitted by the Pinnacles into the company. So that's kind of cool. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there. I'm also looking forward to masterminding and getting a lot of stuff done. So, and I apologize if anybody sent me messages. I didn't see them. Once we realized we couldn't get in to the system, then we were all scrambling trying to figure out where we were going to meet. And then once we did that and logged into the room, of course it took up the whole screen. So anybody that you messaged probably didn't get the message. So don't take it personally. Hey Joe, what do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. So to clarify this, in case anybody's confused, we'll be doing presentations, an actual presentation, like what you bring people to, will be on Thursday and Saturday. Bring one on Thursday, have them bring one on Saturday. That's the only presentations we're doing.
Correct.
Right? Everything
Correct.
else is a leader thing, and it's an invite only, right?
No.
What about the thing we were, whatever. Okay.
No.
All right.
The only leader call is Monday night at 9 o'clock. That's the leader's call. Monday night at 9 o'clock. Then the last Monday night of the month, we will be having a good news call.
Right.
And that's basically going to be designed for updates to the entire company as well as recognition. Because we've got a lot of recognition we need to catch up on. So we need to do that.
And that's...
Yep, that's for the whole company.
Right.
Yes. Then
Right.
your and I call on Tuesdays will be open to the entire company.
Oh, I didn't. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I didn't even know we were doing that. I didn't know if we were doing that or not. But the presentations will be Thursday and Saturday.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
Correct.
Because, I mean, okay, I just want to make sure it's clear to everybody out there. That's what builds the company. You know what I mean? Everybody getting in a room talking doesn't build companies. You know what I mean? It's those other calls that build companies. So we need to really stress that, I think. And to get that through, that it's Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then Saturday at Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yes.
That's just for everybody that, I mean, like everybody that's kind of out of the thing. And,
right.
Okay, cool.
And this is what you're going to find happening. This is exactly what you'll find that will happen with this system. Okay. Number one, if you invite one on Thursdays, you're going to be growing your team.
Yeah.
You know, invite more than one, but it's called invite one, right? So you invite one, then you get them to return on Saturday. They invite a friend or bring a friend. Your team grows by 2 or 3 every week that way, right? And before you know it, your team's getting pretty big. Now, the great thing about that is, you know, if you do it correctly, if you do it the way it's designed to be done, you're accompanying your new invitees to the meeting as well. So you're hearing the same information over and over and over and over and over again. So it becomes very easy for Joe or James or Pamela or whoever, right? It becomes very easy for you to give an on-the-spot presentation to 1 or 2 people. And then what happens is you're sorting and sifting with that, okay? And if they are a fence rider or they're a more information kind of person, then you're going to direct them and accompany them to the Thursday, Saturday deal, okay? But you always want to let your new people know you don't have to present this. You don't have to do anything except be a really good excitement builder and a really good inviter. So you're going to invite and excite. That's it. Okay?
Yeah. Now, people will be available for 3-way calls and things like that still, or no?
That's going to put all of us leaders available for 3-way calls, which is beautiful. Because then we'll be able to close people for you guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay? Instead of having so many presentations. Yep.
I'm just trying to get it out there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And
I'm not really asking. I'm asking for everyone else. You know
I
what I mean?
know.
Normally,
And
I don't. Yeah.
and
Normally,
you
we're just
know,
we don't have to
Joe,
go through. But this
and
is
you know,
like doing a
Joe, I haven't
presentation over
told
email.
anybody, but I've been working on a calendar system and a link. So as soon as we start implementing
Yeah.
this, which will be, this week and next week, as soon as
Mhm.
people start needing three-way calls, I'm going to actually have a
Yeah.
link that you can just go to my link and you can pick your own
Yeah.
time. You can put it right on my schedule. And so it'll show up on my phone, it'll show up on my schedule, it'll show up on my computer. And I'm working with some of the other leaders, some of the other pinnacles, to do the same thing. They don't have it yet. Some of them knew about it, but had never used it. So it's an education process. Yep.
Yeah. Also, what was I going to say? Man, I forgot something. It was real important.
I don't know, buddy. You'll think of it.
Man, it was real important. Oh, well, forget it. It'll come back in a minute. Yeah.
You'll
I
think of it.
forgot. Oh. Hasn't gotten into all the training yet. Okay. I'm assuming all this is going hand in hand with the training. Is that correct, Chris? Kind
Yes,
of.
and go ahead and say what you're going to say, and then when I come back, I will
Okay. For the people that
I'll
haven't got in
round it out.
and done the dollar scholarship and all that, the new schedule and setup is all to go. It's all purposely built to go with all of the MK3, right? That's what it is. Trading. Um, so if you haven't started that or had an opportunity to start it or however that's worked out at this point, it's not. I don't think you're being left out because that's not what's happening. I'm not in the training either. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of assuming this is all the way this is happening just because I listen a lot. You know what I mean? And I go, oh, okay. You know what I mean? And yeah, but I don't know any more than anybody that just jumped on the call right on this one. And that's odd. I usually know everything. But
Well, we just haven't
so
had
I'm
time
like,
to compare
well, so I
notes.
get to ask a whole bunch of questions right now. And I get to treat
Okay,
oh yeah,
so
whatever. You're at the doctor
look,
all day. You could have called and told me. You could have called me last night.
I
I
know.
got to
Look,
stop at midnight.
I went to bed.
I'm just
Okay,
kidding.
look,
But it's all built to kind of go through it.
exactly. Okay,
Yep.
so this is what's going to happen. Okay, our training. Can everybody hear me? Is Joe the only one having trouble hearing
Yeah.
me, or can you guys hear me?
Now,
Okay, so
I can hear you now.
this is what's going to happen. It became, well, I've known it. We've talked about it. You and I have talked about it. We've talked about it on this show. Okay, um, the um,
Yeah.
the oh crap the the whole premise of KGX is education. We're education first. Okay, and so myself and Brandon both brought up
Right.
last night, it's astounding how many people have paid their $300 for an education that they have not taken. And we know they've not taken it because the questions they ask, there's no way they could have taken it to ask those questions. And so then, neither Brandon nor myself are very bashful. So we just come out and ask, have you taken your training? You know, did, did you take module 2? Those
Yeah.
kind of things. And we're getting told no. So we are, and this is unofficial, and this doesn't apply to anybody on this call because I can see who's on this call. I know everybody on this call has taken the training. But I can unofficially, officially tell you,
Yes.
you heard it here first, but don't repeat it. I'm kidding. We're gonna incentivize. Okay, there's gonna be some incentive. All right, that's all I'm gonna tell you. There's gonna be some incentive to get everybody to take the training. Now, those people that have taken the training, okay, um, you know, we're gonna retroact. We're gonna go backwards and retroact so that you guys get the same benefit that, say, somebody new coming in would get. Okay, but it's we're going to incentivize you to take your own training that you paid for. All right, module 1, module 2, module 3. That's 3 incentives, right? And then we're going to incentivize you even further.
Right.
And you guys can read between the lines. I'm neither going to deny nor nod my head yes. But if you get 3 people that you personally sponsor to do the same thing, you're going to be incentivized even further. Okay? So basically, what's happening
Right.
is, and this is what we came up with last night. And guys, I'm kind of transparent, and I'm not I'm not a liar at all, and I'm definitely not a good one. And so, I will I will tell you this. You have to be able to incentivize people to a point to where they want to do the work. And what happened was last year there was too much get rich quick stuff out there, okay, where you just threw your money at something and it grew. I'm not saying no names, all right? But we're not that. So now people are still in that avenue, right? And so they want to throw their money at something and just get rich. Well, it doesn't happen that way, and it's not going to happen that way at KGX, just in case you wondered. And I know that everybody that's on here already knows that and has figured that out. But I'm just saying that's why people aren't taking the education. So if they want to make the money, okay, because this is what's going to happen, and I'm just being brutally honest. Those of us who know, including you all on the call, right? Those of us that know the answers to people's questions, we're just going to stop answering them. We're just going to stop answering them, and not in an ugly way, okay? But we're going to answer them in an encouraging way and point them to a lesson where they can learn the answer. Now, is this a good thing? Absolutely. How
Right.
cool would it be? And this is a hypothetical, but you guys give me thumbs up or whatever it is that you can do on this thing, because I forget. But you guys tell me how you would feel about this. How cool would it be on our landing page when you send someone to your website to get information and to sign up? There's a testimonial box or a completed education box, and everybody's picture is on a rotation, and it sits there for 3 to 5 seconds, and then it changes 3 to 5 seconds, and it changes. How cool would it be to have a ticker that says we have X amount of people in our company that have completed the training, right? So let's just look at this for just a second. Let's think about it simply.
And they
Let's say we have 100 people. Let's just say we have 100 people in our company, and we put that box on our landing page, right? And let's just say that 92 of those people have completed the education. There would be 92 pictures with the names of each person on that picture. And underneath the picture would say 92 of 100 completed in full, or satisfactory completed in full. That is very legitimate. That is very, it says that we deliver, okay? It says that the people that are in our company are serious about what we're doing, okay? So to get that to happen, we're going to incentivize people to take their training, okay? And I, for one, think it's a beautiful thing. Oh yeah, by the way, we can see who has passed each module, just so you know. Go ahead, Joe. You want to say something?
Hey, did they ever get a printout for those modules? So we could, did they? I'll just
They
laugh.
what? Did they what?
Did they ever get a? Have they ever made it where we can go back and look at our tests? where you can re-enter them? I don't think you can.
No, we talked about that too.
That'd be a really neat idea.
You can
Because the only
access the
problem
lessons
is if
again,
something's
but you
wrong, you
can't.
don't know if it's wrong.
Right. And that's a
But
programming
you can't
thing.
access the test. So you don't
And
really
we
know.
were
It's a multiple choice. You got 4 choices. Yeah.
we were
Okay.
talking about a lot of programming things last night, and what everybody needs to understand is that programming, when you're talking about programming, you're talking about quite a bit of money. Okay. So
$90 an hour.
we only want to make changes that are going to be super effective and super helpful, right, to the future folks.
Right.
Well, to us as well as the future folks.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of the things that was brought up. Actually, the testing was brought up and talked about quite a bit last night. I'll say that. I will also say this.
Right on.
When you have taken the education and you've passed all 45 classes, right? All 3 modules, you passed the test for 3 modules. It goes in the system and they know. Okay? They know who's done it. If you ask a question or you want to learn something further that maybe wasn't covered or clarified as well as you'd like for it to be in those modules, people are going to fall over themselves to help you. I have heard from several people, and nobody here, but I've heard from several people that people have asked questions, swing trading. Okay, we'll just use that for an example. How do I swing trade? Can someone give me an example of a good swing trade? And the person asking the question didn't really get a very clear visual picture of what that looked like. And the reason was, come to find out, they hadn't passed the modules. Well, if you haven't passed the modules, there's no point in teaching you the advanced stuff. Okay? So just keep that in mind, and it doesn't apply to anybody that's here. I'm just passing along information. Okay? So yeah, I think that's enough on the call from yesterday. I don't want to rehash the whole call, but I think that's enough on the call. I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised. The Corps has been consistently working diligently behind the scenes to take care of a lot of business that needed to be taken care of, and to get a lot of things that are coming very, 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 very soon for all of us. And it just takes a lot of work. Okay, everybody's been really, 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 really working hard. So just want to put that out there. You know what, Joe? You and I were talking earlier about how funny it is that we teach our kids today that it's cool for a man to slide down the chimney and eat cookies and leave presents. And how strange is that? I mean, in today's world, could you imagine if it wasn't Christmas Eve, somebody sliding down your chimney? And oh my gosh. Can you, I mean, my kid would be completely freaked out. I can say that.
I got kids. And so they're like, did Santa like my cookie? I'm like, what? I don't know who the Santa freak is, but he's on my list. You know what I'm saying? And then that other little weirdo that flies in the window and steals their teeth.
And they don't even steal the teeth. At least the leprechauns they leave money. You know?
Yeah, they leave money. Yeah,
they leave money. Bye, Patty. Love you. See you later.
Crazy. It's kind of crazy.
Okay. This is the only question I'm going to answer about Green X. Michael did give us some information on Green X last night on the call. I can say with a lot of certainty that everybody is going to be so pleasantly surprised when their wallet is revealed to them, which is looking like it's going to be really, really soon. the wallets are growing exponentially. Well, no, the wallets aren't growing exponentially. The coins in the wallet are growing exponentially. So I think everybody's going to be pretty hyped up about that. And that's not a hype thing. That is just a I'm telling you exactly as best that I can without, telling too much. I'm telling you guys basically what Mike said, and it was even better than his expectation. Let's put it that way. Okay? So he has been there, he has seen, he is pushing them to get it available for all of us to see, in the next little while. And I say little while because I know exactly what the deadline is, but I again I don't like to put deadlines out because I don't want people to say, well, Chris said this, okay? So I'm just going to say that we anticipate that we're going to be able to share that with everybody very, very soon. So I hope that answered the Green X question, Miss Bethany.
Bunny rabbit.
Oh yeah, that one's crazy too, right? It hops around, it leaves chocolates, and jelly beans, and it poops everywhere. Go figure.
It's like Penelope to be a bunny rabbit. Where is Penelope?
I don't get it. So
She's in.
okay, cool, right?
Good.
Yes, Sharon, ATMs are on the way. This is the deal with ATMs. I love you guys. This is the deal with the ATMs. The ATMs are ready. Okay, they're ready. The deal with the ATMs are that they perform one task, and the leadership, the hierarchy, if you will, the core and the pinnacles, let's put it that way. The core and the pinnacles would really like for the ATMs to perform more than one task. Okay? And so by that you can deduce what I'm talking about. But at the moment, it will take fiat and it will return BTC. We are asking for more. So there is a little bit of programming going on to see if it can be done quickly, or if we can move with what we have and then maybe update the system and program it in. We're not really sure. See, that is a real programming nerd question, and I'm not that person. So I can tell you the ATMs as an ATM, they work, they're ready, the programming is done, they're getting them set up in our back office, but we want more. That's what I'm going to tell you. Gotta love it. It's like that old saying, give somebody an inch and they want to take a mile, okay? So they gave us an ATM, now we want all the cryptocurrencies and currency to fiat conversion, right? I mean, why not? Why can't it do this? Well, because you haven't told it to do it yet.
Well, and there's that makes sense too, to have a multiple thing, you know what I mean? But not everything. Everything makes it almost a little too much. You can't keep up with that, but all your biggins, you know what I mean? Use your biggies and then whatever. Of course, they're going to want to use the Green X coin on there and all that, just because it's all under the same house of cards. Yeah, I got you. I didn't mean house of cards. I didn't mean that like that. I meant umbrella. I didn't mean house of cards.
I know what you meant.
I did not mean that. That could be interpreted way wrong. I did
he
not
didn't mean that KGX is a house of cards at all.
I was
just meant,
under
the same roof. Under the same roof. Yes. We're under the same roof. So what I'm going to say to that, Joe, is, and when you made your comment, you knew exactly where I was going to go with this. No, we are not going to have all of them. We're going to have the most popular ones, or the ones that we feel are going to best suit us as a company, and we will most certainly not please everyone because everybody likes different coins. So there will most definitely be some that are not, added, and you're just going to have to know that that's just the luck of the draw, basically. So, yeah.
Do we want to explain why that's good?
Huh?
Do we want to explain to everyone why that's good in case they don't get it? The reason that is good is because if you have 5,000 ATM machines sitting around the country, or let's say you have 10 in each state, so let's make that 50,000. Is that right? Is that right? No.
Yes.
No, that'd be 100 in each state.
No.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. Let's just say you have 5,000. Let's just go 5,000. 5,000 across the country. Just the United States. And now you just happen to have this coin on there. Let's say electronium's on it. Okay?
Right.
Well, now people can go get electronium. It's so super simple. It's crazy. Guess what's going to happen to electronium? More people are going to buy it. What happens when you buy more coin? When a coin gets purchased more often, it goes up in value. There we go. So that's why that is a big, big deal. Okay? Mm-hmm. That's why you don't want it to be just a Bitcoin machine. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I mean, you can sit there and grow old by the time you're waiting on your Bitcoin, probably. But I'm just kidding. I'm playing. The way these systems are set up is different. Like, I got some gray.
It's not the fastest one. It's not the fastest one.
But now, I would say something called electronium is probably pretty fast. I'm guessing. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. And so what that's going to kind of let everybody know, and those of us that will be in the know on these, that's a very good thing. Because we can go, oh, wait a second. Boom. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just getting to know stuff. You know what I mean? That's good to know.
Right.
And if you know at the same time everybody else in the world finds out, but you know it a second earlier, that's good. You know what I mean?
Just 1 second makes a big difference.
1 second. Yeah, huge difference. Yeah. So.
Yep.
And that's the right there. You know?
I was actually told, going back to the Mulk, for just a second. I was actually told, I'm not going to say who told me or who gave me the advice because it came from a couple different places. But what I will say is I was told that if I take $100 and throw at it and just forget about it, that if it goes the way the projections look like it will go in a couple of years, it'll hit somewhere around $7 per coin. So you do the math. It's at like 0.002 right now, I believe. It could have changed, but it's in that neighborhood. So that's a lot of coins at $7. So when I said Mulk earlier, I didn't want anybody to think that was a get rich quick or a fast deal. If I buy it, and I'm going to, I'm not telling you to, I'm going to hold it. I'm going to buy, whatever it is that I can afford to buy, whatever that amount is. And I'm just going to let it sit, I don't anticipate selling it anytime in the near future. Just saying.
Right. So, well, it's one of those things where you can put $100 in it, and it can turn out huge just because the price is at right now. Or you put $50 in it, $20. You're still going to have incredible gains, And what'd you say, Yobit, where it's at?
Yobit.
Okay. When you figure out Yobit, will you tell me? Because I have Yobit.
I have it, but I haven't used it. So
I haven't used it either. Every time I get in there, I'm like, what? Because there's like a dice. There's all kinds of different stuff. There's like a dice game you can play. And there's this.
What we may do is get on a Zoom together.
That's a good idea because it's not near as professional as the sites we're used to, guys. You know what I mean? And so it's actually probably a whole lot easier to use.
It's a smaller site. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's probably super simple, and we just don't get it because we're used to, getting through Binance or getting through, Exodus is easy. You know what I mean? But we're used to forging through these things to figure out what we have to figure out. But that's the thing is you go through your training, look at your training. It tells you how to do some of them. You know what I mean? I don't remember which ones now. And that's the bad thing. It's not bad to look back at your training, guys, because I don't remember what's in training and what's not, to be honest with you. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I mean, I really
I'm
don't.
glad you
And I
said
think I
that,
took.
Joe. I'm glad you said that. We also brought up the fact that things change really quickly. And
Yeah.
so we enacted, if you will, we enacted a program
Mhm.
that's going to review all of the lessons periodically to make sure that they're
Right.
relevant and change any information that needs to be changed. So I know somebody had asked, it might have been Bethany or Sharon,
Right.
but somebody asked me about that not too long ago, and we're on top of that too. So we're going to make sure that that
We
information
don't.
stays relevant.
Nobody
It,
know. I don't think anybody knows the price range on the ATMs yet.
that's too
I,
difficult to answer at the moment because there are
yeah.
multiple options, and each option has a
Mhm.
different cost point as well as a payout
Yeah.
point. So until they're
Right.
ready to roll those out, I'm personally not willing to talk numbers.
Yeah. I'm not either. Have they decided which? I'll ask you this in private. Never mind. Which way they're going to actually do it? But okay, never mind. That's later. Um, where else? Where else? I'm trying to see.
What I can say is this:
Yeah, some
you,
variety
as a
issues.
distributor, can buy it and install it, and you own it, and you make a profit on it, or you, as a distributor, will be able to offer it to a business. They buy it, and you get a different commission and a different structure that way. So
Right.
there's a
Okay.
couple different things in motion,
Mhm.
but they're ready to go.
Right. Yeah.
They're ready.
Maybe. Yeah. Right up. Any test? Where we at? Oh, it's almost. Oh, we've been here almost an hour. I was trying to. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, on the calls. You're all leaders. It's not like don't look at it like you're not getting to be on the call. It's
Mm-mm.
they're trying to see everybody that rises. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And you're all leaders in your own right. Just they're waiting for everybody to come forward and show them. You know what I mean? And that's all there is to it. You know that's just it. And it's not necessarily right now. They're going to kind of probably look at it more like team situations and people and the people groups you deal with. You know, but
Right.
there's no point in having everybody on the asking a million questions if one person can do it. You know,
Correct.
I mean, we can get all our questions to Chris. Chris can get on there and answer them. You know what I mean? Things like that. It just kind of keeps it a little more compartmentalized. You know what I mean? And then that way you can kind of give out a little bit of information and release your information in a different way, as opposed to just going to the masses and everybody getting confused. You know what I mean? Because it gets
Yes.
real difficult for them to because honestly, the core they don't know everybody like we do. You know what I mean? So I know how I need to explain things to certain people. You know what I mean? And to other people. And some people I can just rattle off terms. You know, and they're like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then some people are like, you don't know quite as much. So that's where those of us that are down, that aren't pinnacles or whatever. You know what I mean? We a lot of times have a more personal touch with everybody, so we have more interaction with individuals. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the
Okay.
basis behind it. It's just like if you worked at a store, you know what I mean, and you have your managers and your assistant managers and things like that. It's not that you're not as qualified or anything like that. That's not it. It's just getting things across to people and getting information the best way they can see to get it there without just getting a bullhorn and yelling. And people's questions not getting answered because
Right.
they don't know at the top that questions that people don't. They didn't know people hadn't gone through the training yet unless one of us tell them or one of we tell somebody. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's kind of the purpose in that. Just to kind of put everybody at ease on that. It's not anything negative in any way, shape, or form.
Correct. And here's the thing, and this will clarify it up kind of easily for everybody. Um,
Yeah.
so uh, I have a team it's pretty big in South Africa.
Yeah.
I have done zero to help them grow their team, other than I sponsored the first person. Okay, I sponsored the first person in South Africa. Her name is Vicky. She's a leader. She's a tigress. She took off running. She sponsored another guy that she teamed up with, and her and him are partners like Joe and I are partners. Okay, I am available to them if they need me. I answer questions when they want me to. I check in once or twice a week and say, hey, I'm here. What do you need? They always say nothing. Okay. So I don't know that entire team in South Africa. I know 2 people. There's like 45 people out there. I know 2. Okay. So Vicky needs to be or have access because she's in South Africa, so the time is not going to be right. But she's going to need to have a copy of the call so that she can disseminate that information downward to her team, because it's of no use to me to try to do it because I don't know those people. See? So this is it, and maybe leader's not the right word. It's just the word that we chose to use. But that's kind of the information path. We need to be able to get information out and get it out quickly and effectively and efficiently. So, the other thing that I want to say to everybody is check your blog. There's been an update. Looks like Mr. Mark J's schedule and the link to his trainings during the week has been added. It was also added to the call schedule previous. As far as the links go, nobody worry about the KGX global.info link. That will still be what you use to get where you need to go. So yeah. So now we're So now we're off and running. We've given you guys all the information today that we could possibly give you. We've talked about crypto. We've talked about the news. We've talked about KGX. We talked about those weird people that come into our houses that we tell our kids it's okay for them to be there. If they were anybody else, we'd shoot.
Shoot them. Yeah, I know. Sneaking in my kid's window at night, you're getting shot. I mean, dude, I'm sorry. Especially here, because my daughter's window, the kid's window is like about 3 feet off the ground. You know what I mean? This amount. Where it's like, you got a 30-foot ladder to get in here. You were.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
Well, the tooth fairy is just a little pixie, so she just flies up there like a butterfly and sits on the windowsill, and somehow she uses her little magic wand, and the window raises, and she comes in and gets a tooth, and leaves a $5 bill that's way bigger than she is. I don't know how she carries it, but, and then she's off and running again. So we love you guys. We thank you so much for coming. I think we effectively answered all the questions. We're still loving this platform. We still need you guys to get the word out. So please, 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 please share. And remember to tell everybody to ring the bell. That's the only way they get notified, is if they ring the bell. So ring the bell so that you know we're coming. We love you guys. Hey, Joe, say bye, Joe.
Bye, Joe.
Bye, Joe. We love you guys.